Mostly you can just,
We are now on the air.
Show that first, that post page.
Now, if you would approach the seat of power, or you can over here, your choice. Basically, anywhere where you can connect to this lovely cable.
Probably, I was gonna say probably that front table may be easier lengthwise.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because that cable's kind of on the short side.
Good call.
Now, the thing is, we're currently facing all of you, so let's just
Hard shell.
move that a little to where it was yesterday, in the presentation position. So you round the coffee.
People don't follow you close to the line. You know, like when you're in line, people keep bumping into the back of you. It doesn't happen with this neck. I haven't even put spikes on it. I've been tempted.
The stream has been recorded as working. Just remember, unlike the previous stream, this stream is being recorded. So don't say anything you don't want heard for the rest of eternity.
All right, it's demo time.
By 5 people. Are you saying this is all going on your own record?
I know this is all going on YouTube,
I appreciate the distinction.
which is close enough, I suppose. We do have 2 viewers. I assume they're the same people who are working. It works.
Where am I speaking? Is there a microphone?
There is a microphone. You can be heard.
I want to put the microphone closer to the.
All right, made my first posse post.
Tell us your name and your URL so we can hopefully
Okay.
get who's
What is
on
your
IRC.
name? What is your request? What is your favorite color?
Who's on
Michael
IRC?
Kirk. My
I can get
website is
You want it, Chris?
mikekirk.com, MIKIRK. Chris held my hand for a few hours today and helped me get this first post to posse out and come back. We struggled with bridge for a while and getting everything, all the hands to shake. This along the top was our big accomplishment. Instagram, not quite yet, but I don't have a firm handle on exactly all the steps that we accomplished.
Use your cheat sheet.
So posted it here. It went to my Facebook page.
Nice.
There it is.
All right.
I've got
That might be like the best first Richie post ever.
Ever, yeah.
So this is the coolest part, I think, is the comments came right back, and here's one of my friends back in San Bernardino who happened to be on and jumped on that right away.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's
what did your friend
brilliant.
say?
That is so cool.
They liked it. They liked the post.
Nice, and that's showing up on your website already.
It happened right away. Yeah, that was cool. Back.
So you shared it to Facebook and Twitter and
to Google.
Flickr?
And Flickr.
And
And
to
Google Plus.
Google Plus and Flickr. There it is.
Yeah, nice.
With the link back to my site.
You know, when I tried to hit it, it says
Twitter.
accept the maximum goal request.
There it is. Twitter didn't pull the photo, but the link is there. And I'm very happy. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, to be able to post photographs and have them spread.
That's great.
Awesome.
And get comments from that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You get the full posse backfeed solution.
Yes.
Nice.
That's amazing for one day.
Basic.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
See, IndieWeb has come a long way when you can do that much in one day.
Yeah,
We're compressing time, yeah.
so cool.
And I helped him a little, but for the most part, he pulled us all the way through it.
I think it would have taken me about 3 days on my own, just constant pushing.
Well,
comments?
we made a couple knucklehead mistakes that like,
Yeah, with the H card.
we lost at least an hour with
Yeah.
idiocy.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Nice work.
I can demo what I've been doing.
Is it appropriate to be seat of honor?
Not very exciting.
So my name is Jeremy, and my website is adactio.com. And at the last Indiewebcamp, something I did was each individual section of my site, like journal, links, and so on, has a tags section. You can kind of look at a particular tag in that section. What I didn't have was an overall everything tagged with a particular word, like whether it's a blog entry or a link or a note. So the last Indiewebcamp, I did that. So you could get the tag. And for this one, I want to do something very similar, which is that each individual section has an archive view. So here's the archive of my blog posts, and I can dig in and see the individual months. And I've got days working as well now. Here's links. Where we go? Links archive, there we go. Look at a particular month of links and look at a particular day of links. But again, I didn't have an overall archive view. So that's what I've been doing today. So on my homepage now, I can link to the overall archive, everything posted since 2001. And if I click through to a month view, I get everything posted in that month, whether it's a link or a photo or blog post or whatever. I can click through, and there's individual day views as well, so kind of proper archive views. I added in spark lines for the month views, showing activity over a month. I was going to do that for the day views as well, but generally there isn't more than 3-4 things posted over the course of the day, so they look kind of rubbish. So I just kept them for the month view because they look more impressive. But something I'm still wondering about is that when it comes to my tags views and the previous archive views, it's always reverse chronological. So this is July 2016, and there's 31st of July, and presumably down the bottom it's going to be 1st of July or whenever it started it. Yeah, there we go. So reverse chronological has been the way I've been going for everything. And there is a question of maybe whether archives should actually be chronological instead of reverse chronological. So this page should begin with July 1st and end with July 31st. And then when I go into an individual day, so this is the last thing I posted on that day, and here's the first thing I posted on that day. Should it be the other way around? So I haven't quite decided yet, but seeing as everything else was reverse chronological, I decided to stick with reverse chronological. But I'm still not sure about that. But anyway, I got archives up and going on my site. There's some other things I wanted to do, but I didn't get around to doing, like the subscribe by email thing. Still want to get that working, but just didn't have time today. But archives, there we go.
Jocelyn's next. Snoopy.
Oh, we need to get it mirroring? Is that a macro PC?
It's a map.
I see a part of it there.
website and figured out how to put these categories on there.
Oh, yeah.
There are categories that I would tag in a post, and then all of the ones tagged with yoga will then show up on the page. I don't have any posts in there yet, so it just says that. But in the future, they'll all go out there according to what the post was titled that you can click on. And that's a pop-up, which I realize is on there, but so you could join via email there, or you could join here, which I added in with the widget. So I can start clicking emails and then.
What special offers am I eligible for?
A unicorn body.
What is a unicorn?
I don't
yeah.
know, that's one of the tags up there.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I'm asking, what is a unicorn body?
A legendary body that's hard to catch.
So good.
Sign me up.
I like that.
That's it, which I'm really excited about because
Yeah.
I've been using emails for a long time. So now I will start posting.
What's the service you're using?
I just use MailChimp.
MailChimp, right?
Yeah, 'cause it's free.
Yep.
And there's a widget for it and a plugin.
So you
Right.
decided not.
I think I'm gonna start filtering them and then once I actually have my contact right then.
Very cool. Suzanne?
I don't have anything to show
Yeah.
because
Yes, you
couldn't things talk to each other, but I figured out that it's because I have different email and website addresses.
Okay.
Did that today.
And some of
Okay.
my, I don't think they're talking to each other in the right way, so I need to play with all my Realme links, but
Did you create anything on that blank site?
I added a few.
You can just show the fact that you've got a site. That's, that's a thing. What's your last name, Jesus?
Nolan,
Nolan. Okay.
I have barely anything to show about. Okay.
And is it JesusNolan.com?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
Okay.
There's an on switch. You can flip it up and down just to check. Maybe.
That's okay. Yeah, so I just got here today. I just found out. It was nice to meet all you people and learn about the Indieweb. So I had a website, but I hadn't edited it in a long time. So I learned how to do that again. So that was cool. And then I got my H card going. So this little part right here is my picture. And that was awesome. And then I learned about web signing. So I never had done that before. So now I can go to now I can log into the wiki and make edits. So that was pretty cool. I've never done anything like that before. So that's all I did.
Where's the link to your Twitter account?
Oh, I hit it. So I put the link tag. Yeah.
Right, yeah. That
Yeah.
works. Yeah, okay.
So thank you.
What's your last name, Seth?
Oh,
Sybil
I
Turner.
think my wife took it.
Spell your
Stole it
website
from the
name.
library.
What?
Spell your website name for me.
It's SybilTurner.com.
Okay.
You know, She's already getting 3 fingers, so I think she has enough for her.
Oh, yeah?
Is she a photographer?
She's still Two pages, documentaries, and she's branching out.
I can use.
She's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna be the side guy.
Yeah.
She's the main show.
Yeah, I don't have this.
Yep. I'm down for that.
What do you need?
It's okay.
HDMI?
Should be HDMI.
It's not, it's a DVI port I have. Yeah, I have a DVI. No,
I don't think we have the.
What do you mean?
I have only DVI port and I have.
That is DVI.
It's not DVI, no.
That's mini DVI.
Mini DVI.
Is that what you're doing? You're just saying you have.
Chris,
very-
do we have other connectors we have access to? I'm sure they must have them around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually like a box of them.
What are you looking for, DVI?
No,
DVI, yes.
oh, DVI, yes,
Yeah. Did you finish something? Yeah. Oh, we can maybe look at. Yeah.
Type in your URL. It's a touch screen too.
Oh, cool. Okay. This is my website. All I did is actually I added
Sweet.
the realme. Basically this, and I added. If I can get to indieweb.org, I added information there.
The login back on the front page.
I thought so too,
I thought it was there a couple weeks
but
ago.
I can't see it, so I'm gonna pretend that it's not there. That's okay. Aaron's listening to us, so I'm sure he's taking note.
Okay. And I can basically log in. Oops. They wanted to
Oh,
choose.
that's-
You just
It's logged
authenticated
into
it.
his Twitter account, so it's not gonna work for you. Log out of Twitter and then log in as you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the side quirk of.
So, well, then I'll ask for my Twitter. Or that will be hard because I don't.
Just close that door.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I don't like
Yeah.
password two-factor authentication. It's a lot of crazy. Yeah, basically I did that.
That's a good thing to do.
Pretty much, yeah.
And H card as well.
In H card as well, yeah. But I have
So
to.
if you go to indieweb5.me, you can show the test for H card, right? .me. No, it doesn't like www.
It's trying to teach you to not waste the time typing a www.
Well, the opposite happened. I put her website name up and I left off the www.
Yay. Representative age card is done.
Oh,
The
nice.
image is a valid URL. There's something wrong with it. It's a relative URL with photograph, and Indiewebcamp doesn't turn relative URLs. But it's a perfectly valid age card. Well, good stuff.
Information.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Do you know where to go next?
What?
Do you know what to do next?
Yes, I will
You
be.
got like itches for the next 2 weeks?
Yes,
Okay.
I will try to move my website to Jack. Getting away
Okay.
from, and I'll put a blog.
Next.
I'll show you my almost there age card.
And you guys.
Yeah, the
Almost counts around here.
login.
You're not gonna give up after today, are you?
How do you spell
I
Rachel?
am not, I'm gonna make,
Then
get my,
almost is fine, as long as it's not the end.
I don't have the right,
You got a
have the
map?
other,
This guy?
yes. That is the guy that I need.
Oh. Oh.
No, that's not it either.
It's probably like, it is probably not like one.
It
No,
is.
this one's too fat, this one's too skinny. It's like the Goldilocks.
This is for an iPad, though.
I have a converter, I just don't bring it.
Oh, that's the new MacBook.
With the.
USB-C?
with The one port.
Yeah, then you need a USB-C hub.
Yeah, who's got a USB-C?
I only have a USB-C charger.
Just walk everyone around. I'm almost there.
Can we,
Oh, I guess I could use someone else's computer.
That's what's worked out so far.
yeah, we can put another computer up there, right?
Well, someone else go and then I'll type this in. Oh, Jeremy.
He's already gone, he's hooking it up for you.
Thank you.
Did you get your domain transferred over?
It's working on the, it's just in the waiting game, basically. Almost there. I realized the email addresses don't match up because Chris had set up a different email with that account, so
Okay, so the thing with the whole representative age card, don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna worry about that
It's
one.
not a-
So once I get the emails working and then
Yay!
posting and then I have the links too, but I didn't get that palm tree post here because
So you got an H card though? Is that?
I got an H card most of the way there.
I like
But now I know how to do the Realme links when I have my new website and I can create all the logins with the email.
I do like that tagline at the bottom.
I do not get credit for that.
So did these links have rel equals me on them?
They do not, well, I installed them hoping that they would, but they're not talking back and forth because they do.
So on Indiewebcamp, you can also run your central desk as a sign.
It doesn't link back though.
Oh, yeah, okay,
So
okay.
I feel like I worked half the puzzle today.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
I'm very excited.
That's great. Who else?
I don't know, is there somebody else back there?
I
I'll do a quick one.
All right.
I did do work earlier this week. I think some folks saw bits of it.
Now presenting the chief organizer.
Amen.
That's me.
I know, it's you.
Uh-oh.
It's part of the demo though.
Oh, great.
We'll see if this works. It's something I did a while ago, but to show everybody that's doable and it exists. And it took me about an afternoon to hook it up. And since nobody's done a mobile demo, I'll do a mobile
Do you want a,
setup.
if you have
I know it's
VGA, you can use this to connect to VGA from your iPhone.
Well, it's an Android, and it's
Oh, it's Android.
probably all just
Okay.
as well anyway. Okay. So for a long time, one of the things that was a big issue for me was being able to use a mobile version of my website in an indie web way, because 90% of a lot of the stuff I do, especially with Twitter, is on my cell phone. And it drove me bonkers. And so I probably spent 3 weeks doing some research and came up with a reasonably decent tool and workflow to pull it off. So there's context page on Twitter, and here's the same one on my mobile phone. So let's say I want to
You mean my Twitter profile?
your Twitter profile, your Twitter page. So what I'm going to do is I want to like his top tweet there at the top of the page. Kudos Google Maps. But I want to own that like. I want to actually own the fact that I liked this thing.
Ooh, it's a good demo.
So I'm going to select that tweet on my phone, and I'm going to click on the ubiquitous share icon on Twitter. And that's going to open up a subsidiary app called URL Forwarder. So I'm going to tap that, and I've pre-programmed in a handful of methods, like, reply, repost, share, and bookmark. So I want to like this post. So I'll click like. It will then open up, I have a known site. So it will open that up, take the URL, and it automatically scrapes the data for his tweet. I'll select that I want to tweet that out, and then I click share. I'm going to share it.
URL forwarder?
URL forwarder.
Forward or forwarder?
I think it's URL forwarder. I'll
It
put the
is.
link in the chat in a minute.
That's an Android app?
So on here, my site now says, I've got a little star and it says I liked his tweet.
Yeah.
And if it worked properly,
So far, it's 2 people that liked it.
I should be able to click on this, refresh
3
it,
people.
and there is my red heart indicating I now have liked that, but I now own that like on my own site. So
So when are you doing it for WordPress?
it's actually already works for WordPress. I've set it up too, but
So you're sending,
most of this kind of small like detail for likes and some photos and check-ins usually I send to my stream account at the moment.
how are you getting the like to Twitter? Is that with Bridgie?
So if I remember, I want to say it's using Bridgie Publish
Right.
to do that portion
Say like.
when it sends
Right.
the like of. So, but URL forwarder is fairly easy, and it uses essentially URL queries on the top of the URL
Yeah.
to do that setup. So I've got this working. This workflow essentially is working both for Known and for WordPress, and I've written and documented it up so that it's.
Is it an Android only thing that you can edit to share?
URL forwarder, I think, it's now open source on GitHub, and it's on Android. My presumption is there's probably some similar service that works for iOS, or
There's
surely
no
there's got to be something.
Programmable share intents, I don't think are an iOS thing.
That.
Yeah.
The closest you have is, you were looking into it, weren't you?
iOS 10 actually has that now.
Oh,
It's
is
a
that?
workflow thing or something that some flow.
Pretty sure iOS 10 has added this.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't be as up on that subtlety. I don't have.
That's really
iOS
really
was.
cool.
Yeah, but it literally the amount of likes and tweets and things I do has tripled since I started using this and can do it on my.
So you're in,
tablet.
were you looking at the Twitter mobile website?
So I was on the Twitter app,
So who's next?
and I clicked the little share
When
icon.
you get sent over.
Who's
to
left,
your-
actually?
So when you are.
I'm right-handed, so I'm
Your
left.
website, you're admin.
Yeah.
Are you still in the web view app or is that a browser?
And then I'm in the web UI of my own site.
Right, but is that within a web browser or is that within Twitter?
It's in the browser.
In the browser,
Yeah, it's in the
separate.
browser.
Yeah.
We have another presenter.
Please state your name for the record.
Okay, my name is Tontek.
What was that again?
URL is tontek.com, TANTK.com, and let's see if this works. This is my website. I had many things I wanted to work on today. I got one thing done. This has been bothering me for a while, so I'm glad I threw the switch. I had been using, so I have a search feature on my site. I had been using Google search because they had a feature where you could say, show me results since a certain date and show them to me in date order, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see the results in date order, most recent result first, just like you might see Twitter search results that we're all used to. In the past few months, Google seems to have broken this feature. I started to get 0 results for anything that I searched for on my site. And for a search box that's on my site to show 0 results of stuff that I know is on my site was pretty annoying. So I finally, over the past couple of days, been trying other search engines. I've been using DuckDuckGo as my default search engine in Firefox for a while, and I've been pretty happy with it. So I started to look at, well, how would that work if I tried to use that for site-specific search? And it turned out it actually works pretty well. And one of the tests that I did, and this happened during the reading session, actually. I think this is where I really discovered this was, if I search for, if I go to google.com, I search for Before Tomorrowland in my site-specific search. That's what it looks like. Squeeze. And if I, let's see if I can do this side by side.
It's better than nothing.
That's better than nothing, but I can show you what would result in nothing. What would result in nothing is if I clicked search tools and, well, that's,
Oh, yeah.
and then I wait for Google's JavaScript to do something. And then it tries to load more JavaScript, and I'm like, okay, I will load another domain because you like to use lots of domains for JavaScript for some reason. Google used to be known for being fast at search, and they've really kind of backpedaled from there, or backslid. But if I go to DuckDuckGo, and I do a search for the same thing, okay, you'll see that there's a bunch of differences here. The first is that DuckDuckGo shows emoji in search results, which I think makes them look better. There's no reason to drop them, but
That is awesome.
they're doing something cool there. In addition, they show the icon of the author or the page of the search result. Cheers, you can see my face there, which is cool. Which obviously, if you're doing a site-specific search, it shouldn't matter. It all looks like you. But if you're doing a search in general, and you see a search result with a little face on it, you're like, oh, that's the person that wrote that. It's just better user experience. So DuckDuckGo is providing a better user experience than Google in two really obvious ways, in my opinion. Plus, it's fast. So I've switched to now doing that. I don't know what other scripts Google wants to load. Now they want to load Google Plus also. Okay. This is a really annoying thing about Google. It's become this like bloated JavaScript-based thing just to do a Google search. Like there's no reason those JavaScripts need to load to make this work. But okay, I'll try clicking search tools again anytime. If I say custom range, and I say from 1970-01 to today, go. I'll give you a hint. Everything I've written has been since 1970. So this is Google screwing up. And this is what it has been doing for the past couple of months. So this is unacceptable.
Well, 165 AD, it says.
Yes.
What were you writing in 165 AD?
I wasn't.
Why did you stop writing in 173 AD?
Oh, they're using
That would have been a mock-up.
US style dates. Okay, fine. Yeah, they don't support ISO dates either. So let's try that again. There you go. No results found, and they take the quotes off and they find some results. But those aren't actually the results, which I wanted to become. I wanted to see when did I start reading it, when I finished reading it. Like this is what I wanted, not this. So I switched it over. Yeah, there you go. January 1st, 1970 to today. Again, for some reason, they have screwed up that feature and it's not working. So my answer is, well, I'm kicking you off my website. And using DuckDuckGo instead, it does that. The other nice thing about DuckDuckGo is, and I will show you this on my own website. Let's see. There is an HTML only version of DuckDuckGo, and I am using it. So if I look for, say, JSDR, you notice kind of how fast that loaded. Didn't require any JavaScript to load. This is a special HTML only version of DuckDuckGo. And if you click any of these, you'll also note that in the bottom left corner, it is linking directly to the page. Google doesn't do this either.
It really annoys me. You try to like right-click and copy URL on Google.
Right.
You don't get the URL.
Yeah, if you try to right-click the search result URL on Google, you don't get the search result. You get some other mangly thing that they've made up to obfuscate for some, who knows what, like excuse of engineering or marketing or whatever. So, but here, you click that. It goes straight through. It loads like that. So this is how the web used to work, where stuff would just load really quickly instead of sitting there waiting for like 15 JavaScripts from separate domains loading. So something has gone wrong with web development engineering, where people are building all kinds of JavaScripts for no good reason, other than maybe like extra ad dollars or whatever, but it's slowing everything down. Like literally websites from 10, 15 years ago were faster because they didn't have all that. And there's no real excuse for that. So I think this is one of the strengths of Indieweb, is that we can all build websites now that are faster than websites by giants like Google and Facebook and anyone else. And if we all start doing that, if you look at Google's own studies at how people use websites, people would prefer faster websites. And people will start using our websites instead of these slow JavaScript websites. And we benefit from that. So bring it on.
Now you're going to spend a week writing a blog post about just that.
No, that was the post.
Yeah. Which,
The top post at my site is the
the post you wrote about
about switching away from Google search.
Raise your hand if you haven't yet presented. Well, technically me. I was asking, so I'll bring up the rear.
Oh, is that yours? I was gonna say, there was one that was up there already.
You get past, you need to.
What do you need?
You can try.
By the way, we have an offer from Aaron Parecki to do a demo.
Sweet.
Okay. What's your last name, Asher?
Silverman?
Silverman?
Yes.
So let's see if I can make that work.
Yeah, I couldn't actually get it on my website yet, so I'll just do a local copy. But I was using Jekyll before, which is Ruby based, but I'm much more familiar with Python, so I was trying to write it using Flask in Python. So this takes flat files and turns it into a site. So there's actually an IndieWeb Jekyll repository, so I'm trying to take that and put it in here so it'll have all the tags and things. That'll be the next step, but like here's the sample post from that, and it gets rendered out. And then these are all my realme links, and I'll add all the other tags later. But yeah. That's what I'm working on.
Love this. Great.
All in a day.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
And that's for a day, that's like.
That's a lot.
That's pretty serious.
Yes.
I guess I will do something,
Oh, yeah.
or try to.
Being in the same, it makes a big difference. Yeah.
You not only get it done, but then you see everything else that's possible, you're like, God, I need to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Good ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
It's my problem is my list of things I want to do now after like the last even.
I look at it
I
as
watched
open to
IRC on I think it was Wednesday. Tomtech was having some conversation in the IRC. I actually bookmarked the whole page because it was like, you know, I can go do all that now.
Uh-oh, what was that? I'm like,
It was a great IRC conversation. It was like, geez, like, you know.
all right, I think we're done, right?
Nope.
One more, David. Okay, good.
Is this you, David, or is this Aaron Price?
No, he just asked me to invite him again.
Oh, okay.
Because if he joins the Hangout, then he can be on the recording. The problem is the only audio for the Hangout is coming through this computer, which creates something of a problem. But we'll one problem at a time.
I just want to know if you're presenting next. Or
Yes.
He is, so that I can.
I'm going to present next while he figures out how to get into the chat.
Well, there's
Chris, when's the next Homebrew Website
So
Club?
we have a regular standing Homebrew Website Club. We've lately been trying to balance it between the east side of LA and the west side. And I'm not sure which one is up on that. We'll have at least one before Thanksgiving, and then we may take a short break because of Thanksgiving holiday somewhere in there. But if you go to indiewebcamp.org/next-HWC for next Homebrew Web Club. And it's one of the links that shows up in the top right rail. Sometime in the next week, we'll post up the details for that. And we'll throw it into Facebook and meetup.com and a few other places. So we prefer to see it somewhere else, but really the indieweb.org site is where everything kind of originates.
I'll give it a shot here.
All right.
I didn't do that much that was not interesting. How many of you have seen Quill before? Other than, okay. Quill is a micropub plugin, and recently there was an update to the micropub server for WordPress, and it created some problems for some other things that I had done. So this is the site I use for testing, including the Indie setup for it. Come on. So basically, I have a fake website hooked into a fake Twitter account. So just put it in the room. So I'm going to reply to indieweb.org for no particular reason. This is me replying to, and I'll add a location, even though the computer seems to think that it's somewhere in Virginia. But one of the problems was that due to some changes, this didn't work as smoothly as it used to. And I spent the day making sure that it would once again work. There are a few other interesting minor problems. As you can see, all of the markup is technically there, however, is currently invisible. So if you post a reply using MicroPub into WordPress using the combination of plugins that I use, it will figure out that it's a reply, which is what I fixed, but it will not actually tell you what you're replying to. I have something to do tomorrow, I guess. But basically, all of the changes that had to be made on the back end, I've taken care of, including the syndication links, which were not properly coming back. Now they do. So there's one. So here's me earlier today testing to make sure that Bridgie Publish now works. So here's my note with my test account that nobody, I don't think I have any followers, and I don't want any, so don't. You want to see it, if you really want to see an account where all of the posts are, or tweets, to be more precise, are, this is a test to explore error logging. Just checking something. Test again, array test. So it is a really boring Twitter account if you want to follow it.
I love it.
I love that picture, that profile picture.
It's so good.
That. So basically, then there's what is messing up. I hope no one is following this on Twitter section. But
You should
let's see.
hashtag all of those with Indieweb.
Oh, excuse me, I have 3 likes. I want to know what was liked.
No, I think that's your account, like 3 things.
Okay, did anybody reply to me? Oh, apparently I replied to myself. Good to know. But I hope nobody's following that. So basically, I spent the day fixing a bunch of things and then went back to doing other stuff. Which brings us to our last presenter.
Yay.
Now, also, I tried to make him happy. I did one thing on his list.
What was that sound?
That's the sound of my mute button. So I don't know where our special guest is.
I'm here. You see,
Oh, there you are. Now, our little problem happens to be that I can put him on the screen, but this laptop was not configured for audio to HDMI. So I'm going to improvise. Does everybody love improvising?
Yes.
Okay. So we're all going to listen very quietly. So I will put him on the screen. Say hi to everyone.
hi everyone.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
Where is it? Come on, you do it. Good screen. Okay, just secondary display. Use this display. Keep this configuration. Mirror displays. So that's not exactly the nicest way I could get it up there.
Oh,
This should work.
To infinity.
I think when I share my screen, you'll see it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, it's Lily too.
They said hi.
Hi, Lily.
Did she
Is
put
it-
herself down as a phone attendee?
There's
I don't
a
know.
cat down here too.
Okay, I am sorry about the audio. I didn't think of those.
Okay, I'll try to keep this quick. So I've been working on a test suite for PubSub Hubbub, which is a spec to subscribe to updates from a website in real time.
Kipper, that works.
And I should have enough here.
I'll have to quickly mute us. Actually, wait a minute. Do it this way.
You guys got really loud. Is it working for you over there?
I'm going to lock it. Actually, wait a minute. I can't lock it because it's cut off the end of the screen. In order to get it on this oddly shaped thing, it's cutting it off. So I'll fiddle while you. We can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you guys really loud.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the mute button for this. Come on, mute us.
There we go. Now I can't hear you anymore. Okay, so now let's see if this works. I'm going to share my screen. I think you guys can see my screen. All I see is a white blob on your end. It looks vaguely like my screen. All right. So this is my website, and I'm going to use the publisher test to test if my website successfully sends PubSub Hubbub pings. So what you can do is you can type in your website address into here, hit subscribe, then it'll do some, it'll look for the hub that you point to, try to subscribe to it, and now it's waiting until I post something. So I'll go over here to Quill and post something on my homepage. That's going to post it to my website, which ends up on my homepage. And then my hub, hopefully, will, there it is. So that delivered it to the subscriber, which is this page in my browser here. And it just shows HTML right now because I haven't done anything pretty with it. But you can see that it actually delivered the latest version of my homepage, which has a post about LA here. So that's the test for publishers. And then I finished that one yesterday. And the thing I did mostly today, I was working on testing a subscriber like Woodwind. So for this one, this assumes that this is testing something like Woodwind, where Woodwind subscribes to my feed so that the posts show up in the reader. I'm going to actually do something a little bit crazy because Woodwind was not quite as real time as I'd wanted. So I'm actually going to use this website to test itself. So on the left, I have the test for testing subscribers. And on the right is the thing you just saw, which is a subscriber subscribing to its own feed. So I'm going to go punch in the feed URL here. And you can see that it discovered the hub, which showed up over here, and then it activated subscription. So now this is waiting for posts. So here's what the feed actually looks like on this end. This is a couple of sample posts here. And when I click this button, it'll make a new post in this feed, which will then be delivered to this subscriber. And that's pretty much instantaneous. And each of those will deliver a new post into the reader. So that's the beginning of testing publishers and subscribers. I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope people who are building readers or building websites that use PubSub will take advantage of this. The end.
You can now hear us again if you want to. Okay. So any final words from the group?
Thank you, Chris.
Can we get a big wave from our remote attendee? Picture being taken.
Thank you, Chris, for organizing and making this happen. Pivotal for hosting us. Do we have any Pivotal folks left?
No, I think they trusted us implicitly and
That's really nice stuff. I hope that we get to do another humble website club here in another Indiewebcamp. The next Indiewebcamp is in MIT on the 16th of November, and the one after that is tentatively planned for, see if I get this right, December 17th, 18th in San Francisco. So if anyone wants to take a weekend trip to San Francisco
Up.
from LA,
Assume that.
it would be North is Up convention. I realize it's a North Americanist bias or North Hemispherist bias. We'll have plenty of room for you at San Francisco.
got a small piece of paper we can all scribble our names on and write tiny bit of thanks to
That's a great idea.
hosts.
Yep.
To kind of give back. So before you leave,
Which we all always have to pizza. I'm not gonna make a slice.
if anybody lives locally and wants to take some with them,
Okay. Is there anything more for the live stream before we discontinue it? Say goodbye, everyone.
bye.